Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are back with more notable names in African American history. Today, we are talking about the great Jim Brown. Big time NFL running back, one of the best that's ever played the game, social activist, actor. Yeah, just he was so good at what he did. Let's give it a look here. Because as an actor, he starred in numerous things. There it is. Credits. See all. He started acting back in 1964. Now, he played in the NFL in like the late 40s, early 50s, throughout the 50s. But 64, he went into acting. Rio Conchos, Valentine's Day. The original I Spy TV series, he was on one episode. He was in The Dirty Dozen. You know, a number of different movies, then into the 70s. Just a variety of different movies. Police Story was on one episode. Chips, he was on 3 episodes. Probably a recurring storyline he was in or something. Knight Rider, he was in an episode. T.J. Hooker, the less well-known William Shatner TV show. He was in it for 2 episodes. A-Team in it for an episode. So yeah, he was in a lot of things. He was in The Running Man, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Original Gangsters, Mars Attacks, great role, great movie. 1 episode of Living Single. So he's got some credits. Any Given Sunday. But yeah, lots of TV movie credits. So he's very famous just in the acting field alone. He was pretty interesting. As an NFL player, he was a halfback slash fullback, or, just fullback. I often think that if you were to put together the best players of all time, I would have Jim Brown as my fullback, and as my halfback would be Barry Sanders. Because honestly, I feel like that would be one deadly backfield if you were to put an all-time team together. But yeah, a bit of who he was in the NFL. He didn't play that long. I think he played like 9 or 10 seasons. In that time, yeah, 9 seasons, 8 all NFL selections, 9 straight Pro Bowls. Pro Bowl for every season he was in the NFL. And all NFL selections, all pro Yeah, almost a straight flush on that as well. 126 career TDs over 9 seasons, 12,312 rushing yards. And you think about this, 12,000. He played 9 seasons, okay, but remember, the NFL season was what, 12 games back then? Yeah. Yeah. We're talking about an amazing running back. People just don't get it. Yardage isn't the big thing. Having your team win the championship is. That's what I work for, winning the championship. And this required a certain standard of performance. Yeah. Hall of Fame enshrinement speech and look at his career highlights. But yeah, they talk about who he is as an NFL player, retired at the age of 30, at the peak of his career. This means he could have played for another 10 years easy. I mean, this is what's amazing. And again, like I said, he gets all these stats when the season was much shorter. Yeah. Even though Coach Paul Brown was traditionally reluctant to use rookies as regulars, Jim Brown was a regular and a star from day one. And remember, like I said, 9 seasons, 9 Pro Bowls. This is just how good the guy was. His college ball was spent playing at Syracuse University, where he was All-America in both football and lacrosse, and a letterman in basketball. So just a great athlete overall. But yeah, it's just the guy was amazing. Let's see. We'll look at the biography they have of him on biography.com. All Hall of Fame football player Jim Brown was a record holding NFL running back who was also an actor and an activist. So, yeah, he was born January 17th, 1936, as James Nathaniel Brown. The world better knew him as Jim Brown. He unfortunately did pass not that long ago, May 18th, 2023. He was born on St. Simon's Island in Georgia and was married twice. So, yeah. Um, yeah, these are the yards he attained each year that he played. Think about this: 1,863 yards in one year. If you're not an NFL person, that's okay. Let me break this down. Yeah. Okay, he had one down year. He had just under 1,000 in 1 year. The only year he failed to lead the league in yards. So again, the late 50s, throughout the first half of the 60s, the man was just dominant. Okay, he had 2 years where he was under 1,000. My bad. I feel like I'm lying to y'all now. But yeah, rookie year 942. In the final regular season game of his senior year in college, Jim Brown capped off his college career by rushing for 197 yards, scoring 6 touchdowns, and even kicking 7 extra points. Like I said, the man was pretty well dominant on the field. I'm trying to see if they'll mention the fact that the seasons were only like 12 games a year, though. They're not. But yeah, this is an immense feat. But it just shows you how good he was as being a running back. In '64, Brown steered Cleveland to the NFL championship, where the club routed Baltimore to win the title 27-0. Of course, they have yet to attend a Super Bowl. '64 NFL championship. It's the very late part of the '60s. So he just missed it. But yeah, they clubbed the Baltimore Colts, now the Indianapolis Colts. Activism and controversies. Along with his acting ambitions, Brown sought to use his fame to influence to amplify African American causes and fight for racial discrimination on his way. In the 1960s, he threw his support behind black owned businesses by helping to create the Negro Industrial Economic Union. He was also connected to civil rights leaders of the era, Malcolm X, musician Sam Cooke, and boxer Muhammad Ali. The four were together on the 1964 night that Ali became the heavyweight champion of the world, and that meeting inspired the play and subsequent 2020 Regina King film One Night in Miami. In the late 1980s, he started the Amera I Can program, which aimed to turn the lives around of young gang members. He became fiercely critical of superstar black athletes of the time, such as Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson, for not being better role models. But trouble also followed the temperamental Brown. In 1968, he was accused of throwing his then girlfriend off a second-story balcony. The following year, he managed to escape charges that alleged he assaulted another man following a traffic accident. And more recently, in 1999, Brown was convicted of smashing the window of his wife's car. After refusing to attend counseling, he served a 6-month jail sentence in 2002. So clearly a man who has his own personal demons to fight the best as he can as an individual. He would serve as an executive advisor to the Browns from 2005 to 2010, and later was named special advisor to his old club. In 2016, he was honored with a statue outside Cleveland's First Energy Stadium. 2002, Brown was named the greatest football player of all time by the Sporting News. In January of 2020, during halftime of the College Football National Championship game, he was recognized as the top college football player ever. And again, unfortunately, he would pass away, as we discussed, May the 18th, 2023, at the age of 87 in his home in Los Angeles with his second wife, Monique, at his side. So yeah, I got a couple of quotes of them here. God ain't got nothing to do with winning a damn football game. That's one. And the other one they've got, I don't think that nonviolence was a solution to the problem for inequality in America. So I thought economic development and a sense of cultural power would be a better way to fight. Because capitalism in America was riding high and you need resources. Yeah. Ideally, we would like to see a Dr. King path of nonviolence. But there's always going to be forces that will make that difficult. But I think it has an important role to play. Jim Brown, his take on it also has a huge part. If you can provide resources to help everybody in the community become better off, it's going to make things a lot easier when you're looking to push for change. One thing I often find, if people are in economic hardships, they tend to care less about doing the right thing, about proper justice and equality. It's when times are decent that such things can be achieved. And so economic uplift should always play a pivotal role in such things. And yeah, it's one of the things I think Brown was best at, trying to give the community enough support so that the attempts to help change things have a better chance. But yeah, Jim Brown, I know he was on a number of TV shows talking to people about activist stuff. So yeah. Uh, First round pick number 6 in the NFL draft. 3-time most valuable NFL player. NFL champion in 1964. Rookie of the Year 1957. 8-time first team All-Pro. 1 year he was second team All-Pro. 9 straight Pro Bowls. NFL rushing yards leader 1957 through 61. Missed 62, 63 to 65. He was also leader. So yeah, he was overpassed in 62. He was 5-time NFL rushing touchdowns leader, 57 through 59, 63, 65. NFL scoring leader in 58. 1960s All-Decade Team. The 50th Anniversary All-Time NFL Team. 75th Anniversary All-Time NFL Team. And the 100th Anniversary All-Time NFL Team, which the 100th Anniversary wasn't that long ago. 2019. So yeah. Yeah, Burt Bell Award, Cleveland Browns, Ring of Honor. His number 32 for the Browns is retired. A unanimous All-American in college, 1956. Third team All-American in 1955. 2-time first team All-Eastern Conference, 1955 to 1956, or it might just be All-Eastern as far as the teams in the East. And had his Syracuse Orange number 44, retired. So yeah, as a player, he was big. Did a lot that was important as an activist. Dabbled in acting, had a few good roles. But yeah. Trying to see if they list anything else. Brown later launched a foundation focused on diverting at-risk youth from violence through teaching them life skills, through which he facilitated the Watts truce between rival street gangs in Los Angeles. So yeah, he helped settle the Watts riot by influencing younger African Americans to push for better life, more peaceful life. And so there would be a truce between the rival street gangs in Watts. That was 68, I think it was. Let me do this looking up here. Watts. I cannot type. Riot. Yeah, I think we're looking at the 65 Watts riots. And then NFL games per season. (1960). From 1947 through 1960, each team played 12 games per season. It was expanded after that, but yeah. So in the beginning of his career, he played only 12 games per season. Yeah, 61 through 65, which he played as well. It was also 14 games per season. But we'll go ahead and pop this up here. Come on now. And, oh, there we go. But yeah, just wanted to take a look at who Jim Brown was, one of the greats. Just yeah. So clearly, while he did have his own personal issues and demons he dealt with, he did his best to try to make things better. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end this episode here. With that, as always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing. Ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting these links and sources in the description box below the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.